Did you say you want me to do the intro, Bio?
Yeah, you're the color guy after all.
You got it. Hello, friends, and welcome to another exciting edition of Sunday Night Fights Warm-Up number 3. My name is Yoink. Thanks for joining us, and I'm joined by my exciting fellow shoutcaster, BioSpark. Say hello, my friend.
Hey everyone, it's good to be here again. We had an entertaining game of in round 1. It's a good grenade timing push followed by multiple play and some artillery. So that definitely put SemInt, 1-0 down in the series of best of 5. So now we can see if he's gonna try and even it up a bit and see what these guys have got for us.
Yeah, I am really excited. Game 1 was great. Both players said that they were just really getting into it. One was a little nervous. It was some good play. I was excited to see the new grenades in action. If you haven't played the beta and seen those bad boys go, they're amazing. And I'm just excited to also be back for Sunday Night Fights. It's great. Ami did a great job, as usual, in Game 1, and I think we're going to see a lot of good action in Game 2 as these two good players match up. I think they're a little more confident. They've seen what each other can do, and same map, same time. I think we're going to have a good time. Now, Bio, do you want to look at Americans, and I'll look at the Wehrmacht?
Sure thing.
Okay. Let's see if we're all good. Are you ready to start this bad boy at 5 seconds?
Yeah, I'm ready to go when you are.
Okay, let's do the countdown here. I am at 5 seconds, and we're starting in 4, 3, 2, 1, start. Now we're looking at 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I think our camera guy NTD is all good here, and we're ready to go.
So it seems like we have standard play.
Same on my side. 2 Pioneer start. First Pioneer building, second Pioneer going for that fast fuel right up to the north.
Yeah, these openings are pretty much standard throughout, unless someone does pyro spam, which is really, unadvisable in the new patch, every start is going to be, the same, unless, probably WSC start is pretty much the only thing that can be, can throw something into the spanner in the early game, but other than that, it's pretty much going to be, rifles against machine guns and Volks, pretty much.
Yeah, let me just jump in here and interrupt. Sorry, Yoink, sorry, but Bio, can you turn your mic down just a bit? You're coming in real hot on the broadcast. Thanks. Go to it. Sorry.
Bio, will you go ahead and take care of that? I'll talk a little bit about my experiences with the beta. As these two players sort of start out here with their action, I learned the hard way just how hard grenades can hit a Wehrmacht player. I was playing with Pez the other day in a game, and I probably took about 5 grenades right into the face. They're super accurate, as you can see in the last game, and yeah, you just PE and Wehrmacht players are just going to have to pay attention to that. Now, looking up here in the north, I can see the Wehrmacht. It looks like Wilson is doing some interesting protective wire stuff. I think he's expecting a cutoff up there, so that's slowing down his ability to cap. But a little bit of preparation is worth or an ounce of preparation is worth a pound of cure. And let's see, what are the Americans doing over here? We've got rifles moving up to the north, and looks like they might try and grab that house, or just maybe they're just scouting around looking for some action. Single Volksgrenadier in the south. Also, both players now have kind of split their forces. Americans to the north, Wehrmacht to the south. No action yet, but one of the great things I love about this map, Semwa, is that it allows both players to go big, because the fuel is very hard to harass. Usually the big fuel just right outside the base, and that usually leads to Wehrmacht having lots of fuel, obviously, for Tier 4 or Big Vet. Americans can do all kinds of great rifle upgrades. It just lends itself to a big game, which I like seeing in Company of Heroes. Oh, now we're getting combat way up in the north here. We got Pioneers chased away by that first squad of rifles that went deep into enemy territory. Now they're going to try and cap that ammo up there. Again, maybe
we can do a quick time sync.
Yes, let's do a time sync. I'm at 3:05, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13.
I'm with you now.
Great. So we've got predictable matchups on both sides now here. Looks like some action down in the south. We've got Pioneers that are going to get swamped by an American infantry brigade, and they have to retreat. Now we've got Americans pushing into Wehrmacht territory.
Yeah, it looks like because of the wire, it goes to show how Wilson had in mind that he wants to keep the middle, unlike SemInt, who wanted to take the north in the previous game. So this means that the Americans are going to be harassing the sides, as I mentioned earlier. So it just goes to show how, depending on where the Wehrmacht wants to go, it really much dictates where all the action goes, pretty much. So, I mean, SemInt's done a good job. He's pretty much got all the munitions and denied quite a lot of munitions for Wilson. So there's less mines, less flamethrowers. So it can really punish the Wehrmacht players, since, you know, they're like the munition hungry faction.
Yeah, SemInt just lost an engineer squad who's being a little bit too reckless. And now we got a big combat right here in the middle. We got even Steven both squads, except, you know what? We've got a sniper backing up Wehrmacht forces now at long range. Yeah, Americans got to retreat. There's just no way they can... they got to fall back. They're not going to retreat completely, but they're definitely not in the position of power. And now are they going to get caught up? No, okay. Looks like they might be able to get away. But Wehrmacht not giving him any hope of trying to get away without some damage. I tell you, the two Volks with sniper combo is great. You know, I used to watch Seth do that all the time, running a sniper around uncloaked with two Volks. That's really deadly in the first 5 to 7 minutes for an American player.
Yeah, it's pretty hard to counter when there's like pretty much no way you can get around the Volks if they're well protected by the sniper. So at the end of the day, it's just constant manpower drain for the Americans.
Now, while the combat's been going on down here in the south, there is some action going on at the fuel point, up at Wilson's fuel point in the north. I'm not sure what's going on up there. It looks like they're starting to cap it. Engineers were able to get through his wire.
Yeah, it's definitely one thing that's annoying for Wehrmacht players on this map, is the fuel is so sort of... If you want to stay in the middle, that fuel point is just a bit of an annoyance because it's so out of your way just to protect it, and you can easily get flanked in the middle because you have to dedicate troops there. So yeah, it's just one of those things that Wehrmacht players have to deal with.
Oh boy, we got a pincher action going on right here in the middle. Oof, we got 3 rifles completely closed in on Wilson's Wehrmacht. That entire infantry brigade had to retreat, and now he's got more trouble up in the north. These riflemen look like they might be able to get that cap in on that fuel. If that happens, oh, it's going to really set him back. Can he press him in time? Oh, we got it. That's a big win for SemInt. Boy, the tone of this game has rapidly changed. It looks like Americans are running all over German territory. This is like the end of the war in World War II. There's almost no place that the Germans can go without walking right into an American line somewhere. Noslew's going to have to do something quick here.
Yeah, I think the best choice for him at this point in time is just to consolidate the ground that he's just lost. So he cuts back the fuel, holds on to the few points in the middle, and as long as he can hold that, he can probably stall for late game, and as long as he doesn't get overrun by like a flank or light armor, then he's going to be looking in a good shape.
Yeah, if I were him, I would be worried right now about what the Americans have in store. We still haven't seen bars, and although, you know, Wilson has 75 fuel in the bank. It's enough to do something. I think he's teching up. Yeah, he's going right into Tier 2. So he has enough to do whatever he needs to do in Tier 2 right now. And that sniper is still alive, which he needs to make a lot of use out of. It's got 7 kills on it. He's going to need 20 in order to turn this game around with that sniper.
They're taking one of our points.
Yeah, you shouldn't be risky with that sniper though. I mean, it's it's on like a less than a quarter health, so you know, one lucky shot from a rifle could easily ruin his day there. But SemInt's gone for motor pool, and well, he's got the supply yard up, and with a decent fuel income, I'm guessing he's going to go straight for motor pool. He's got the triage up now as well, so all his units are going to get healed. So I guess he's just going to do, maybe it's just a repeat of the game 1 where it was just grenades into motor pool. So looks like a pretty popular strategy.
Yeah, you know, I've been in this position as a Wehrmacht player before where you're on your heels in map control, and you just had a big engagement with the Americans, and then they disappeared. and you know they're out there. What are they doing? As a Wehrmacht player, you have to guess that the M8 is coming. Either that or the next big blob of rifles you see are going to all be fitted out with bars. So right now there's a little lull in the action, and I can tell that Wilson is probably thinking to himself, when is the other shoe going to drop? Here it comes. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, the thing is about bike openings is that Wehrmacht players who use bikes, because of their line of sight, they can probably like worm their way around the opponent's base just to take a little peek inside and see what sort of base buildings they have. I mean, that gives, like, all that information gives you like exactly what you need to be prepared for. But Wilson doesn't tend to use bikes in SemInt because of the buildings and stuff. He feels like bikes aren't as useful here, so he's pretty much in a guessing game, like you said. So if you guess wrong as Wehrmacht, you're pretty much screwed.
Yeah, that's there's no doctrine choice yet. Also, as far as I can tell, how about for you guys?
Yeah, he's stockpiled 2 CPs. Nothing yet.
Okay, now we're seeing some more action here. We got suppressed rifles right in the face of an MG42 in the middle, and flame engineers coming in. They're going to cook these pioneers sitting in this old wooden French house unless they get out of there. Although they are being suppressed by the second MG42. Can the Americans get away? Oh no, now they're under fire with a sniper too. They are pinned from both sides. These Americans have to be saved by another squad somewhere, or something is going to end up dying. Now here it is. Here comes their savior, maybe a second American force moving in from the south. Oh boy, there goes one flame engineer down. These rifles are about to get squished between a huge brigade of Germans.
Yeah,
and you know what this
Wilson's done? He focus fired the flame engineers with the sniper. Since they only have 3 guys per squad, it pretty much lowers their health significantly, and then focus fired the rest with the Volks, and then dealt with the rifles accordingly. So that was like a really well defended flank, and it's so hard to flank Nosliw whenever I've played against him. He's just so good at just preparing for flanks and stuff, so
this could have been
pretty frustrated how he had like a perfect sort of opportunity there where he came in from 2 sides. Yeah, definitely. I mean, he's ready he's got a medic bunker. He's establishing a lot more territory like he did like 2 minutes ago, where he was pretty much back at his home. So he's definitely looking in really good shape now.
Yeah, that single engagement may have actually balanced things out from a moderately disastrous opening. And now we're seeing Volksgrenadiers get into that center church. Pretty key building here on SemInt. You can get a lot of command at the center right there. And these rifles are under strength and undermatched here in this very large German force in the center.
This pretty much looks like textbook Wehrmacht play, where as the game gradually goes on, they creep further and further into territory, and then it gets increasingly harder to just get rid of them. So, he's playing Wehrmacht as they should be played, and we see SemInt pretty much on the back foot. I mean, he's backed into WSC, so he's probably looking to he's getting out sniper, maybe a mortar as well, to break the emplacements that Nosliw has put in place.
Yeah, this is classic Wehrmacht hammer and anvil. I mean, basically Wilson has made himself into a giant anvil here in the center, and the Americans just keep smashing themselves against it. They're bleeding off manpower, and any kind of manpower that the Wehrmacht loses, they're just getting recycled into zombie bunkers. This is great action by the Germans. I mean, SemInt's got to do something here. This is not working for him. Now we got rifles just pushing themselves right into an MG42 in the center. There goes that grenade! Boom! Killed off a couple of men, but not an entire squad. These flamers are going to try and go in and finish the deal. Can they make it all the way around? No! A huge German brigade comes up to save the Grenadiers, and the Americans are once again pushed off the field, and the center remains in Wehrmacht hands.
Yeah, I think SemInt just needs to try and get a lucky break. I mean, he keeps on going at him, and he just doesn't seem like he can break him. I mean, Wilson's got the half-track out, which basically means that he can reinforce on the move. He doesn't have to necessarily choose defensive to reinforce it in a forward position. So that half-track is going to probably pay quite well in his plans, since he can pretty much just continually engage the Americans.
Yeah, I'm really excited. I wonder if we'll see the new Flammenwerfer. It's got a lot more stable damage, much more like basically 2 Pioneer squads sitting out on either side of it with flamers. That's kind of what the damage looks like. He's not upgrading it yet, but he's going to move it right up. We got Vet 1 on all these infantry now, and once again, a big German center presence force is not going to be taken by just 2 squads of riflemen, even if they manage to get into the church there. Now we got more riflemen coming up. I saw an American sniper in the area as well. Grenade goes off, big miss. Germans slightly falling back to a better position. I still think they're in the position of power here because that half-track is just going to keep reinforcing. And oh boy, this looks like a failed flank in motion down here in the south.
Ooh, more grenades going off.
Oh! Wow. Oh, and this half-track needs to get out of there. Now, they're not that vulnerable to small arms fire, but you pop a sticky on that thing and it's bye-bye. We have a PaK-38 out also for the Germans. They know that in case there's going to be an M8 anytime soon. Vet-2 now on these Grenadiers coming up right in the face of the Americans. They're going to go down. Double grenades! Oh my gosh, explosions everywhere! And now the MG42 is in danger from this rifle squad that came down from the north. Can the rest of the German army save this retreating MG42 squad? Looks like they're going to get away just fine. Oh boy, artillery coming down. Off-map artillery right into the face of the PaK-38. Boom! Wow, inaccurate American artillery just saved some Germans right there.
Yeah, he was pretty lucky there. I mean, the MG was actually deploying to attack as the flares came down, so normally when that happens, you know, the first shell, I mean, it's impossible to pack up again and retreat by the time the first shell lands, and he's just lucky it didn't land right on its head. But I mean, I think he lost the pack, didn't he? He lost the entire crew, so that's 310 manpower down the drain. But it seems like if this half-track gets away, he can still, I mean, he has like a lot of territory still, even though he's been forced off the field.
Yeah, now we got a second blast of American off-map artillery trying to take down that medic bunker that SemInt knows is critical to the Wehrmacht defense. This thing cannot stay up for an American to win, so it looks like it's almost going to go down. Oh, it survives with 1/4 health. So we can see here the German army has mostly been pushed back to their base. They're still in good shape. They're just refitting and rearming, and this half-track was able to escape with a damaged engine. Hans just drove it the heck out of there, and now we got the Germans retaking the field.
Time for a time sync, guys.
Let's call it time sync at 15, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43. Hope we're all synced up.
Yep, we're all synced up here.
And now we got some more action in the center as one lone rifle squad faces off against a large contingent of Volksgrenadiers and Grenadiers. They're in green cover, but it's not going to save them from ultimately being suppressed by this MG42. Now we got the German sniper is still continuing to do a lot of work out there. He's got 21 kills, but there is an American sniper floating around out there waiting to do that awesome counter snipe that I know is coming. I know SemInt wants to set that up. He's floating it around, keeps going back and forth. I know that's his goal.
Yeah, I mean, it's very, very patient play. Like, he's just waiting for the most opportune time. He's going to set it up perfectly and take the shot. And if it misses, well, epic rage ensues. But, you know, it just goes to show how patient SemInt is. He wants the best possible time to counter-snipe. And obviously, if he's given away that he has a sniper, then Nosliw will start playing more defensive with his sniper. And then, obviously, the counter-snipe may not ever have an opportunity to present itself. So I like this. So if he does get it off, you know, it'll be well worth it.
Yeah, now we've got action in both the center and to the north. It looks like Americans were trying to cap that, which they actually were able to cap that far north munitions point. And now there's more action here in the center as we've got Vet-2 German infantry matching up here against 2 simple bar squads, both at Vet-1. Third bar squad is coming up from the back. Now these Volksgrenadiers down here have been upgraded with MP44s. You know, at distant range, they're going to end up losing this combat against these barred riflemen, but just to the north now, we got Americans being very aggressive, moving up on these German infantry, backed up by this half-track. Again, I don't think this is a winning strategy for SemInt. He keeps running his troops into the German anvil. If he's going to have to do something else.
Well, the howitzer has just gone up, as you said that, so we can expect some heavy artillery to start coming down on these emplacements. So it's probably he was just stalling for time pretty much all this time.
Oh, here we go. Off-map artillery coming down.
Off-map and on-map.
Wow. Ho! That was exactly what he needed. He may have just cracked the German anvil right there and pushed them back off the field once again. He needs to capitalize on this massive retreat here and take this center area away from the Germans.
He's also revealed that he has a sniper now. His sniper actually shot one Volk, so I'm not sure if that was a mistake, but if Wilson noticed, you know, it's going to be a lot harder to get that counter snipe off now.
Yeah, he just took out a, he just gave Wilson a big unit sniped logo on his screen because he just took out a medic. So if Wilson's paying attention, he knows that there is a American sharpshooter on the field. Okay, in the German base, we are building our Panzer Command with 38 fuel in the bank, so he is probably going to be ready to put a Panzer and Ostwind on the field very, very quickly, which is good because I don't see any anti-tank capabilities on the American side yet, do you?
No, I mean, he's getting supply upgrades, which means that he's going for more infantry-based, but, you know, he definitely needs at least the motor pool out for the AT guns, because that's one thing that's always in the back of my mind. When the game has gone on for, you know, roughly like 15 minutes, you think, okay, Pumas, maybe a bit later, Ostwinds and heavy tanks might be rolling out, so you need some sort of AT to be prepared, because, you know, Rangers and Stickies, you know, they're not going to be a hard counter, so you definitely need to be prepared, and if he's caught off guard, he's going to be punished for it, definitely.
Now we've got a howitzer attacking the MG42 that was in the north. They're going to get away with no damage. You know, I'm guessing maybe SemInt thinks that based on the fact that he's seen Vet 2 infantry and a lot of Tier 2, he thinks that Wilson is just going to stick all his fuel into infantry and Tier 2, heavy Tier 2 action, but God, you know, he's not expecting, he's not going to be expecting the tank that's coming out here shortly. Looks like, yes, we are building an Ostwind. The Ostwind is going to come out and just devastate these rifles in about 2 minutes, unless SemInt can figure out something to do. Now we got a little bit more action here in the north. We got extended range Volksgrenadiers with MP44s going against an understrength rifle squad, and a grenade comes out, and 3, 2, 1, boom! This Volksgrenadier is going to die. Up, down, Volksgrenadier squad with an MP44.
Yeah, that's pretty bad, especially when you should never feed the rifles Vet, because, you know, once you hit late game and they will have Vet 3, the Americans gain defensive and offensive bonuses with their veterancy, whereas the Wehrmacht infantry only gain defensive. So the Americans actually come out on top if you feed them veterancy, which is definitely not what he wants to do by giving him free Volk squads. So yeah, he should be more careful with that.
Absolutely. Now here, big American on-map on-map howitzer coming right now. Where is it falling? Right back into the center. Looks like it's going to miss the bulk of the German army. Oh, maybe not. Right in the center. We got those MG42s have to leave their Grenadier comrades and retreat back to base. Now the Grenadiers have no support, and a much larger American force is going to start pushing them just to the south of the center. No! Propaganda war! It looks like Wilson has declared his choice of doctrine, and it's terror. And he has just showed up the Americans with a big propaganda war in the center. And here comes that Ostwind.
Yeah, this is probably the time where he thinks, oh, I finally pushed him back a bit, you know, got the MGs to retreat and snipers, but again, no motor pool or anything to counter this Ostwind, so he's either going to have to stall for time or try and pull something off, maybe call in Rangers as a last resort, but he needs to find a counter for this Ostwind sooner or later.
Yeah, absolutely. This is not good for the American player. I mean, it's just one unit, but anywhere that it is, the Americans cannot be. So with this combined with this half-track up here, it is a substantially powerful German force, and they are going to take back the center here in a second. That Ostwind needs to come back. We got Americans back on the field here. Stickies are not going to be enough to take that Ostwind down, but I don't know. SemInt is still blobbing his units together, hoping for maybe he'll draw it out, maybe to the center. I'm not sure what he's got planned.
Victory point under siege. The Germans are moving.
Yeah, SemInt's pooling a bit of manpower. He's got 300, so he might build the motor pool, or he might go for the Ranger call-in. I'm not quite sure yet. It looks like he's still deciding, but whichever he chooses, you know, he has to make sure it pays off, because this, like, 2 Ostwinds now in the field, you know, he's definitely going to be needing some AT support.
Yeah, you know, the Ostwind is not as deadly as it was in 2.601 because the burst bug has quote-unquote been fixed. But we're still, man, now we got two of them right in the center. This is just going to chew up these American infantry. There's just this, wow, artillery hits number 2 Ostwind right in the back. Huge hit, more than half health taken off, but it's not going to be enough to finish him off. All we need to do is get a quick Pio squad up there, and you got that Ostwind's going to be right back into battle.
Oh, and SemInt's gone for the tank depot instead, so most likely, I mean, he's got 120 fuel pooled, so maybe he's going to go for Sherman, I guess more M10s most likely since he's got two Ostwinds, but the problem is, though, because he has Tier 2 and Tier 4, you know, he can call in Panzer IVs, another pack if he needs to, you know, so he's going to have to be support those tanks well with his infantry to take on the armor.
I'll tell you, Wilson just pulled a... Oh, yeah, let's do a time sync here at 24:07, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. I think we're time synced up now.
Enemy unit.
There was a big save of that half-track up in the north. There were 3 rifles, and they were all just pushing in on it with stickies, and there was a big propaganda war that saved that half-track. It's managed to stay in combat now once again. Americans now with 2 snipers. Did I see 2 snipers there, Bio?
Yeah, that's right, 2 snipers, one with 8 kills and one with 5 kills, and they're both of that one.
Boy, has the direction of this game changed. Map control firmly in the hands of the Germans. Lots of German armor on the field. These M8s cannot come soon enough for the American player at this point.
Yeah,
is that what he's building in there?
80%. Yep. He's got an M10 tank destroyer on the way. It's about 90% complete. So has Nosliw actually got any hard counters? Because obviously the Ostwinds like don't even penetrate. I mean, they get like a minimal damage off on the M10 occasionally, but since that pack was destroyed and he hasn't really bothered to make a new one, I'm not sure if he's expecting this M10. So it could probably shift the tide of balance if he's not prepared now.
Yes, he definitely does not have any Shreks on any of his Grenadiers. He's not building a Panzer IV. He has no Pak 38 on the field, but he does have 600 manpower and 130 fuel, which is enough to put, well, enough to put a Panther on the field if he needs to in about 2 minutes. So we'll see. He may lose an Ostwind, though, if this M10 is well microed.
Oh, and there was a counter snipe. He got a bit... SemInt got over-aggressive with his 2 snipers, and now that Wehrmacht sniper can add that 27th kill as a sniper to his tally.
I love great sniper action. Here we got an Ostwind now, just kiting these 2 rifles. Oh, from the front and the back, these rifles are going to get smushed between these 2 pieces of German armor. What are they doing? You've got to get out of there. There's no way they can survive this. And there is that M10 we've been waiting for. Now the rifles feel like they can take on this Ostwind a little bit better. This Ostwind is on its heels, less than a quarter health left. It's got to get out of there. There's no way it can survive against this American onslaught. This American Wolverine right in its face. One more shot. Give it to us. A sticky bomb might finish it off instead, and we might get some serious vet on some rifles. Oh my gosh! Destroyed engine, destroyed main gun. The Ostwind is still in it. Unbelievable. And down it goes. That was the end of Ostwind number 1.
Yeah, that was pretty annoying to see the M10 misfire. It's one of those bugs that just never have and probably never will be fixed. But just a quick tip, apparently the Colaris has been pointing out that the Hellcat is now pretty much on par with the M10 on speed and damage now, so and it doesn't misfire either, so apparently Hellcats are the thing you're supposed to use now in the next patch.
Oh, interesting. I have not had any experience using Hellcats in the next patch. But as we get back to the action here in the center, we got Americans pushing up with a well-supported rifle infantry brigade coming in, along with that M8 flanking on the north part. These understrength Wehrmacht units are going to end up being smushed here again unless they can figure out some way to stop this M10. The sniper also just to the south. Boy, I was hoping he was going to fire because he would have been caught.
Oh, it seems like this Panther now is gonna tip the balance again now back into Noslew's favor on the armor scale. It just seems like
yes,
Noslew's saying, "Oh, you're gonna get a bigger gun. I'm gonna get an even bigger one. So he's definitely gonna like steamroll over the stuff.
Yeah, these two pieces of German armor here, they're just hunting for that M10, and here they come to support their Wehrmacht brothers on the field in these rifles now. Oh, hey, look, there's a Panther. I think we should probably retreat. Yep, there they go. This single M10 does not stand a chance against the Panther, especially when they're backed up by understrength Grenadiers with Shreks. And yes, the M10 is running. Here it goes. Will it try and kite right into these freshly laid mines? What a trap if that works! Oh my gosh, boom! It worked! That was really, really brilliant. Excellent microplay, although these engineers may pay with their lives if they can't get off the field in time.
Yeah, I'm
It
surprised
looks like
Wilson didn't see
he
that.
might have just not been paying attention, but the trap almost was closed on that Panther. It's still going to get away off of these off this Howie shots that I think maybe was the plan to disable it and hit it with Howie shots, but it's going to move out of the way with still about 90% health and a damaged engine.
Well, there's a Sherman coming out now, so maybe a bit of extra medium tank support with some stickies, and M10 probably can take on that Panther if it doesn't get its damaged engine repaired quickly. So, you know, if he sticks around here for too long, he might actually lose that Panther.
Yeah, you know what, the Panther, it doesn't have Vet 1. Oh, there goes Propaganda War. Well played. He still has enough for one more in the bank. He's got 115. Wilson, he's also banked almost 900 manpower and 120 fuel, and he has enough CPs and PopCap for a King Tiger. So, honestly, I don't think that anything that the American Tank Depot can throw out right now will not be able to overcome anything that the Germans can put on the field in terms of armor. They're going to have to think of another way to get around German armor today. I have a feeling Wilson is holding out. He's holding this King Tiger card to his chest, and if he sees a bunch of armor come out, he's just going to pull it, because he definitely has enough manpower in the bank.
Yeah, the thing is, calling in the King Tiger now, it's not free. You actually pay 500 manpower up front, and you gain... So you lose 100 manpower every minute for 5 minutes. So essentially you're paying 1,000 manpower over time, so maybe he doesn't want to pay for it now. Oh, and this Panther's about to get sniped.
Oh, wow! Great. I'm not sure how that happened. He just got caught off guard, had his hiney facing the American forces, and took two big shots right in the tail. And down it goes. Now these two pieces of American armor are going to have free reign. This half-track in deep trouble. They're going to have to do something here. Wait, where did that shot come from? Someone just shot that... oh, maybe I see. It was a Volksgrenadier Panzerfaust that did some damage to this now Vet 2 M10s. Races around the field. Oh my gosh! A Panzerschreck hidden in the church just takes out that Vet 2 M10. What a loss for the Americans. The Sherman, though, still has enough fight in him to try and take out this Ostwind as it moves south off the field. No penetration whatsoever against the American Sherman. And now a damaged engine on this Ostwind may spell doom for the second piece of German armor to go down. It looks like the Sherman's going to get it. Can the Ostwind get away in time?
Wow, that was
This is like the slowest race
stalling.
ever. I know. I'm sorry. I got so excited.
Enemy unit down.
Well, we
Oh,
did
and
lose a German
shooting stuff on the
MG-42
field
squad.
as well now.
Oh, there is a King Tiger. There it is. Coming down from the north, right into American territory. I do not think that a Sherman and an M10 is going to be able to take on a King Tiger unless they can get behind it.
Yeah, I mean, I think basically that Panther dying pretty much forced Wilson's hand into calling it in. Like, he probably wanted to stall for it as much time as possible, but, you know, he felt like, okay, my Panther's dead, I need some sort of, you know, mobile force, a tank, to actually take on his armor, so the KT was pretty much like the last resort.
Yeah, he's still in a good position. I mean, he's got most of the victory points. You know, and actually, we're down to 35 points for the Americans. This is going to end very quickly unless SemInt can pull this out.
Yeah, I mean, the south side is pretty much going to be... You can probably decap this VP here, but wherever this King Tiger goes, it's going to, you know, take a lot of effort to actually bring it down. I mean, it takes one shot, and 3 rifles end up getting completely destroyed. So, yeah, this KT is going to be a really big, tough nut to crack.
Well, it just took some engine damage to some rifles in the north, although these rifles have no hope of standing up against it. You know, it does have... its gun is better against armor than infantry. The Blitzkrieg's Tiger is actually better, I've found, at killing rifles, although that King Tiger just did destroy an entire American rifle squad. There are 2 bars now on the ground in the north part of the field. And it looks like the Wehrmacht medic bunker finally went down in the center to this 2 pieces of American armor.
Oh, and he lost the Gren squad as well to a grenade, I think it is, in the middle of VPs, but even then he still needs to decap one of the VPs because, you know, gradually it's still ticking down, and with only 16 left, you know, he's definitely needs to do something about that fast.
Well, we've got the King Tiger under Howie attack again, but it looks like it's just going to be brave, and you gotta love these German pioneers, just in the middle of fire repairing this thing. And here we go, a Sherman coming up right into the face of the King Tiger, but the King Tiger's turret can't even turn around fast enough. Although, out of the frying pan into the fire, we got Grenadier squads with Shreks. That Sherman can't stay up north either. So now we've got this Sherman's in big trouble. We got Shreks coming up and a King Tiger. Oh, down to 1/4 health, even though it's Vet 1. This is trouble.
Yeah,
okay,
it's
looks
good
like
thing
Americans have
one
2
because
VPs.
it gives it the speed bonus, so we can run away from Shreks fast enough. But even then, you know, running away isn't going to do much at this point in the game because he needs to actually be attacking and trying to gain as many VPs as possible. And if he can't actually hold his ground, he's probably going to lose this game. So, you know, he just needs to sort of find a way to hold this King Tiger occupied and just hold the other 2 VPs for as long as possible, so he can regroup. Probably, you know, get a bit more. Well, he's actually pumping out 2 AT guns now, so he's getting like a dedicated counter to this King Tiger.
Yeah, that's good. The Americans are spread all over the place, but then again, you know, so are the Germans. They've got forces in the north and the south. What's going on here in the north? We've got Howie shots trying to take down German infantry. The King Tiger is guarding that northern VP point, and this half-track, I'm not sure why it's decided to run right into American lines and tango with an M10. Hey, let's do a quick time sync here at 35, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36. And that first shot from the AT gun comes off but misses the half-track.
That's quite strange. Normally when I'm playing with half-tracks, my AT guns just 2-shot them before they can even get a chance to reverse, so I guess luck is on his side today.
Yeah, indeed. In the south, we've got a German MG42 is basically suppressing a single rifle squad down there, so I'm not sure what Wilson has in mind with that. But boy, there's just action all over the field. We got another Panther now on the field in the center, facing off with some Americans that have no AT power whatsoever. Although a sticky bomb does catch it, and we've got damaged engine now on this Panther in the center. I think it's probably heading south to try and rescue whatever German forces were down here. It looks like they've retreated already, though.
Yeah, I think the Panther's a good choice because his KT can pretty much just sit on that North VP and just be like, okay, you're not going to take this, you know. It's just so hard to get rid of. And then the Panther is it's faster, but obviously slightly weaker than a King Tiger, but then again, it's not a super tank. And pretty much can hunt Shermans and stuff down the south, so it pretty much gives him like a bit more mobility compared to the sluggish King Tiger.
Okay, here comes the strategy. This is, wow, there's a Vet 3 American sniper. That's amazing. Here's the strategy, it looks like. He's going to hold the north with this King Tiger, and he's going to finish up on the south with this Panther and that 1 squad infantry down there. The Americans may not be able to crack this. All he needs to do is take that last VP and hold it for about 1 minute, and he's won this game.
Yeah, this King Tiger is just eating away. I mean, it's just under half health, and it's just eating shots from this AT gun. But then again, there's another AT gun that's...
Oh, he just Howie himself! Oh, no! There was some rifles took Howie action right in the center, I mean, in the north. And now it looks like this M10 is going to go down in an effort to try and save these rifles as they cap. Main gun destroyed on the M10. Oh, the Sherman 2 trying to eat away at the King Tiger. Down goes the M10.
An AT gun shooting as well into the rear.
Wow, it's unbelievable. You actually managed to cap that Northern VP, although we lost both pieces of American armor. King Tiger's still alive. These Pioneers are not, I mean, these Flame Engineers are not going to be able to take and hold this VP all by itself. Oh boy, I think this might be the end of the Germans here. Oh, we got an AT gun shooting at that half-track. And the Volksgrenadiers have managed to decap that VP point. I don't think there's any American forces on the field that can probably take it back at this point.
Yeah,
only AT guns. They can't cap.
Overrun.
He lost the middle too. This might be the end of the game.
Yeah, 3 VPs with 7 to go. Yeah, it's pretty much GG. Oh,
well played.
Bad-mannered. You never say good game before your opponent if you're winning. Such bad-mannered.
And there you go. Game 2 of Sunday Night Fights has come to an end. I'd say both of these players did very, very well. I mean, we saw a great comeback from the Americans. We saw a great comeback from the Germans. Well played, both players.
Yeah, I mean, it was definitely really entertaining to see how SemInt was just constantly... He was like pressuring so well in the early game, and it's just textbook play of how the Wehrmacht player just hangs in there by a thread, you know, inches away, and then pretty much as I said, you know, they just end up just getting all the territory back and, you know, pushing you back. So, you know, it was a really entertaining game, and SemInt has to win this next game to win the best of 5, well, to stay in it, because yeah, he's down 2-0 in this series, and yeah, at the moment Wilson seems to have him on the ropes, so we'll have to see what happens in the deciding game.
Okay, well that's going to be coming up shortly. So everyone who's watching our Sunday Night Fights cast right now, stick around. We'll be back shortly with Game 3 between these two great players, Wilson and SemInt. Stay tuned. We'll be right back.